Hello there, Internet. My name is Mogwai, and ahead of us lies yet another brilliant day in the arena. As today, we're gonna take our opponents and we're gonna snipe them. Not in the, Twitch sense, but we're gonna be taking TAII WAKEEN, the perfect shot. And we're gonna be pretty much one-shotting our opponents. Not exactly, but, close to it. And sometimes we do one-shot them. TAII WAKEEN, the perfect shot, is a 2-mana BOROS legendary human mercenary with a 2/3 stat line that says, whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to a creature equal to that creature's toughness, draw a card. So what this means is that if I play, for example, like a Slick sequence, right? And I deal 2 damage to, let's say, like a Slick Shot Show-Off, who has 2 health, and I kill it, then I get to draw a card with TAII WAKEEN. But this goes for each creature that you one-shot this way. Imagine you're facing against Boros Convoke, a deck that this deck loves queuing into, by the way. And let's say we go for a Tectonic Hazard and we clear like 3 of their goblins that they generated with the spell that destroys an artifact. I forgot the name. We kill those 3, we draw 3 cards. Like, TAII WAKEEN is not only potentially a finisher, but also a card value engine, a card draw engine that will make it so that if you can align your damage exactly the right way, you can just pop off and draw a bazillion cards, which is this is definitely like my favorite Boros card in Standard so far, as most Boros, aka red and white cards, tend to focus more on, token generation. We see a lot of that with the Boros Convoke deck, but there's more to this color combination than just tokens. And TAII WAKEEN is definitely something that I'm more of a fan of regarding playstyles, right? But the ability only starts here. This is like the value aspect of it, right? But why is TAII WAKEEN potentially a finisher, right? You can actually one-shot your opponent from 20 health with a setup with her. And it's because of the second portion of her ability. You can tap X mana, colorless. It doesn't matter what source of mana it is, as long as it's mana, it counts. You tap it, X amount of mana, you tap her. You can do this at any moment, actually. You can do this at instant speed. Like, you can do this at the very end of the opponent's turn. Like, you're very flexible in that regard. There's no limitation towards this activated ability. And the activated ability says, if a source you control would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player this turn, it deals that much damage plus X instead. This is how you can take these different sources of damage. We have 1, 2, and 3 right here, and we can enhance them to a point that matches the opponent's board so that we can not only wipe those creatures, but we can draw off of our combos. TAII WAKEEN is also there to essentially, like I said, finish the game, because once you've racked up enough mana, you can tap it all, tap her, and then just play these damage spells for like a billion. And the thing is, we can enable this faster thanks to Lila, the undefeated Slick Shot, because Lila will allow us to plot the likes of Lightning Helix and Slick Sequence, and also Galvanic Iteration. But when it comes to sources of damage, these 2 specifically will be able to be plotted, and thus you can have more mana to pump up TAII WAKEEN as you're ready to pop off. Like, in a situation when you have like a bunch of mana, you can potentially one-shot your opponent with just 2 cards, like plotted Galvanic Iteration into something like Lightning Helix, and then you will effectively duplicate the spell. And then if you tap like 7 mana with TAII WAKEEN, then you're dealing 10 damage to the opponent twice, right? Because these spells will cause 0. So that's what we're aiming for. That's our end game essentially, and that's also the reason why in this deck we're running 3 copies of Shore Up. I've showcased this card in my previous Jeskai build around Lila, as these decks ride a lot, have less creatures, but the creatures that they're running are very, very important, and you want them to stick around if possible. So being able to protect them, give them hexproof with just 1 mana, and also +1/+1, which can allow us to survive combat as well, is really, really worth. It's definitely very good, and a lot of times we're going to be setting up our end game by dropping TAII WAKEEN late, having that 1 mana open for Shore Up to protect her from removal, and then untapping with her, because that's what you have to do. Like, you cannot use TAII WAKEEN's ability when she has Summoning Sickness, so you have to wait for the turn to go back to you in order to make use of her. So protecting her that specific turn in which she's not doing anything is essential, right? So that's why we're running this card right here. But the joy of this deck is that we get to just board wipe the opponent's creatures with just 1 mana a lot of times. Obviously, plus the mana that we spend with TAII WAKEEN. But for example, if we have 3 mana, we can tap TAII WAKEEN for 2 mana and then play something like an End of Festivities or a Tectonic Hazard for just 1 mana that will be dealing 3 damage to the opponent, to all their creatures. And if it's End of Festivities, which is a little bit superior, Planeswalkers as well. That's why we're running this card as a 4 of and this card as a 2 of. Unfortunately, this card will be rotating this and Memory Deluge, everything. Oh, and Galvanic Iteration. Yeah, no, this deck is... Yeah, unfortunately, this deck is not rotation proof by any means. I'm gonna have to like revisit it once rotation happens and see what we can brew up, because losing Galvanic Iteration is a big deal. Losing End of Festivities also hurts, even though Tectonic Hazard exists. I have to like explore and see if there are other similar options. But I think there were only these 2 spells. Correct me if I'm wrong. But maybe there are more spells like this in the pool and the Festivities. You know, it does deal damage to Planeswalkers, which really matters sometimes. But more often than not, Tectonic Hazard and this are basically the same. You may think, well, you're playing these cards and you're not playing the likes of Brotherhood's End, like in the prior deck that you made. And that is because Brotherhood's End will kill TAII WAKEEN. And because these cards, once you pop them and you make them deal more damage, are strictly superior to... Brotherhood's End's AoE effect, because we're dealing damage, but we're only dealing damage to the opponent's board. These are one-sided, you know, damage AoE effects. They don't affect your own board. And that, alongside TAII, makes them much more efficient than something like Brotherhood's End. They're also more flexible. We can play this before turn 3 against like a Boros spread out board state, right? We just need to deal 1 damage. They can be very clutch. Also useful against mono red. This deck matches up really well against aggressive decks, which is, I think, a very good thing for a deck to have as a trait in Best of 1 Magic the Gathering, because there's a lot of fast-paced aggressive decks. There's a lot of decks that love to spread out, decks that just ride a specific series of units and try to bring down your health fast. When you run all these sources of damage and you have health gain in the form of Lightning Helix, you love to queue into the mountains. It just feels amazing every time. So a good deck for Best of 1 ranked, actually. And a deck that you're not seeing. I haven't ran into anybody playing something like this, so it's pretty edgy as well, which always gives you some extra points. But yeah, that's the gist of it. We played Lila, we Galvanic Iteration and copy our spells. We plot them. We draw through our deck a lot. We're playing the Deuce over 4 copies of Memory Deluge, because the Deuce can be copied with Galvanic Iteration. Galvanic Iteration onto Memory Deluge does not work, because Memory Deluge, the amount of cards that you look at is directly proportional to the amount of mana you spend casting the card. If you Galvanic Iteration, then the second copy, or the copy of Memory Deluge that will be cast, will cost 0 mana and will effectively do nothing. So don't combine Galvanic Iteration with Memory Deluge. Combine it with the Deuce, because with the Deuce is a very neat source of draw, because initially it's underwhelming, right? Just 2 mana to draw a card to cycle itself, but you're generating a clue. So you're essentially having a card that will draw you ultimately 2 cards, but you get to dictate when each draw happens. You can split the cost and be like, okay, I can't afford to like spend 4 mana this turn, but I can spend 2, and then later down the line I can spend the 2 to draw the other card. And that's what makes the Deuce so neat. With Galvanic Iteration, we get to copy it, we get to draw 2 cards, so we spend 4 mana to like draw 2 cards, which is pretty normal, but we generate 2 clues as well, so we're leading towards 4 card draw over time, which is really important for a deck like this that's trying to find different combo pieces and put them all together. As you know, card draw is essential. I would perhaps advocate for going to 26 lands, because sometimes you know, missing your land drops with this deck can feel really bad. But you know, I'm not sure exactly what I would take out for. Maybe like a shore up, maybe go down to 2 shore ups, though it feels really essential. It feels more important for you to have land, so try that. If you feel like you're getting mana screwed a lot, you can take out 1 shore up and add another source of mana, so that you can curve out more. Because we do play out like a control deck, and we never really, we always want to have more lands, because the more lands we have, the more powerful our TAII WAKEEN can be. But today's video rather is just it was a blast. You're going to see TAII WAKEEN just do amazing things. And I'm going to stop rambling because, you know, I've explained a lot of this this Lila concept before. I don't think I need to make a super long deck tech again, even though I'm already at 10 minutes. But it's a really, really fun archetype. And for those of you combo enjoyers, you know, those of you who like to just combine a bunch of spells and burn the opponent down, you feel like you're like Twisted Fate or Lila, this deck is definitely for you. And I think you're going to enjoy today's video. I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Magic the Gathering content. Leave a like for TAII WAKEEN, the perfect shot. And watch her shine today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. I should prepare this before hitting record. Bullseye. TAII WAKEEN. Let's burn the opponents to the ground. We may have a little bit of lag going on. Sometimes that happens with the arena. It generally like fixes itself. Maybe it's already fixed. As we have a 4-lander with Lila, the undefeated slick shot in our opener, and a couple of 1 damage dealers. I don't know how to refer to these spells. Let's call them hazards. We got a couple of hazards, and we got the Thundering Falls. We can lead off with the Thundering Falls. We have the Spire Bluff Canal right after that. Both of our sources of white are pain-inducing. That Sea Chrome Coast kind of like fixes that, but we already have too many lands. So we're gonna scry it away. Ain't nobody got time for Flood. Canal. Slick Sequence enabled. Not really looking to play it though, until we can actually get the draw out of it. Okay. That's easy for us to deal with. They take one of them, which is funny. We're not going to be wasting our Slick Sequence on a unit that we can deal with easily. We draw into another Lila. We draw into another Lila. I'm going to go with the Battlefield Forge, and I'm going to play 1 Lila. Because we have another one in hand, so we're going to demand they have removal. Which they probably do, to be fair. But go for the throat. Or, everybody, oh, wow, they just played right into it. They just played right into this shit. Wipe them out. Time to get slick. We're paying quite a bit of life here, but that's fine. We're getting rid of Amalia Benavides Aguirre. The fuck out of here. Knock that out. Plot the Slick Sequence. Kept the blue mana open in case we top decked into the shore up. There's a Gix. But they have no way to enable it. Oh boy. Oh, I think this game is done. I believe this game is done. You could say that was pretty slick. Don't unsubscribe, please. All right, Trinity. The 7th. We got 3 fast lands in the opener. TAII WAKEEN and Lila with Lightning. Oh, I mean, yeah. Yep. Mono red. I am comfortable facing mono red with this deck. With this hand, I mean. We have all of our Jeskai enabled here. We may see a playing with fire. Yep. Gonna go face, gonna scry. Let's see if they keep. No, they go bottom. All right. It's always nice to see them, even though they get value out of that scry. It also means that whatever they had on top is not it for them, and that means they may not have like a perfect hand, which is nice. I'm gonna pass. I want them to commit into the fugitive codebreaker before I lightning helix it. See how fast I'm passing? I'm giving them the impression that I basically... Lightning Helix. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go end the festivities into TAII, clear this Fugitive Crow Breaker. I made a good call destroying this with the bigger health. There's a Monastery Swift Spear right there. They're going for a big hit here. I'm not blocking, I'm taking the damage, going down to 11. Okay. I don't have any plays here though. I have to play Lila. And keep these two in the back. We had 3 lands in the opener, but we've yet to draw into another land. That's a little bit annoying. Sometimes it just happens like that though. Despite the fact that we have 25 lands. Okay. They scry. We cannot let any more damage go through. We will use our units to block here. If they just attack with this. Yeah, like I'm... double block. I'm not letting you get more free damage here. They get rid of TAII WAKEEN. I think that's a good call. Though, to be fair, Lila can definitely be more problematic. We do get a land. It is a tapped land, unfortunately. We're gonna just stay in the back. I could Galvanic Iteration, but I'm just gonna Deuce. There it is, beautiful. I think we just want to clear. Keep that TAII WAKEEN there. And I'm gonna do this now. Just clear their board. Because if they have buffs, then they lose their ability to apply damage with them. I also think me being at 9 health, I'm going to push some damage here. We are a burn deck after all, so we have to apply some aggression. I tap my unit here, but they have 2 cards in hand. Shut down. That was a loud ass clap. I'm sorry about that. your ears are like... No, I got a limiter. But my ears are ringing. But you know what? For a mono red victory, small price to pay. I really like this avatar. I have no idea what it is still, but I like it. Our opponent's going first. We have a slow hand here, but we do have a Tectonic Hazard and double Surveil lands. So this Tectonic Hazard could go a long way. I'm gonna drop the Thundering Falls. I need that red source of mana. We got another source of white mana there, but I need more I need more red than white and blue at this point. We could get poisoned here, but yeah, I didn't expect that to be that. Okay, they can protect that from that, so I kind of have to clear with that. I think clearing this is important, but then again, TAII WAKEEN can allow me to really... Let's play TAII WAKEEN. The perfect shot. With Tectonic Hazard in the back. I can go for a really strong clear. I mean, this is naturally a token-based deck, so we don't want to rush our Tectonic Hazard. Interesting. They definitely have some tools to like capitalize on you, like a spell that deals damage to like a blocking creature or something. Oh yeah, oh yeah, keep lining them up. Keep lining them up, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, TAII WAKEEN for 1. Tectonic Hazard. Oh! Oh, baby! I could have played this first. Beautiful. Beautiful. Another red source of mana. And TAII WAKEEN. Allow me to board wipe them. Oh, man. Impatience got to them. They did not respect the perfect shot. Here comes another one. I guess that's why they were so, like, reckless with it, because it's a legendary artifact creature, so they could have another one in there. We're going to play Battlefield Forge. We're not going to overthink it at all. I think this turn we just play it chill. And what we do is we develop Lila. Undefeated Slick Shot, because we got that shore up. And I can swing with this. You can't block. Get a little bit of damage. Ah, there it is. But we got the shore up. Get a little bit of extra damage on them. It was really obvious that they had something like that because of their attack. Well, a lot of White's removal is based on like attacking or blocking creatures. There's Adeline. Oh my goodness, this is just easy mode. At this point, it's just easy mode. Check this shit out, will ya? Check this shit out. TAII WAKEEN. All right, for 1. Okay. Step number 1. Step number 2, Galvanic Iteration, which we're gonna use to plot with Lila. And now, make it rain, baby. Make it rain now. Booyah! That's 1. How about another round, baby? Woo! I wonder why I didn't draw with you. God, you're just too weak. You're too weak. You're like two health. 2 health. That's pathetic. Oh, I guess we're dominating today. Mitch. Looking all noble and shit. I don't like that. We got Thundering Falls. We have double slow lands here, but we could potentially find another one. And it's not like we need it unless we're facing like a very fast-paced deck. I don't think I need double Lightning Helix before we see a mountain go down, and I'd regret everything. But I have a lot of removal already, and 1 Lightning Helix. I don't need to be greedy. I want to enable this Memory Deluge on curve. If this is Boros Convoke, then we're gonna have some fun. It is MONORED, isn't it? So we do have to play the tap land here. Just prevent us from... Nah, they're... Okay, nah, they're going with that. They're going with that. They're going in. And I'm not going to give them the opening. I could play TAII WAKEEN, but with a plotted... we have to respect that. Before that resolves, we're gonna Lightning Helix it. So we prevent the draw from Demonic Ruckus. We go down to 18. We get another land. That's actually beautiful. That's actually beautiful. I think I'm just gonna do this. Into this. Into this. And okay, big misplay. I didn't draw cards because I sequenced wrong. Sorry about this. That was a stupid misplay. I know how to play this deck, believe me. Sometimes I just brain fart. I'm really sorry about that. That was a super dumb slip up. But you know, sometimes when you're facing mono-red, your own brain shuts off for a little bit. Nah, son. Nah. This misplay could cost me because I missed two draws. I missed 2 draws. How insane is that? They keep whatever it is at the top. Like, damn, son. 2 draws. Like, this could be the... Oh, my goodness. Now I'm gonna really bluff the fact that I have an answer. Like, really gonna take my time passing each turn. It's a psychological thing. Yep. Purely psychological. Making up for that horrible misplay by making sure that, you know, like, me having this mana open and seeing what happened last time. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Are you kidding me? Oh, baby. There is a god after all. Meu Deus. Lila. Undefeated slick shot. Still holding back. Two blockers here. Okay, so let's see. Target artifact gains hexproof and indestructible until the end of the turn. They're gonna deal 6 damage, but we're gonna be at 6, and then we're gonna be able to yeah. So we're gonna do this onto you before that triggers. They don't get to scry. We take 6 damage, but now, ladies and gentlemen, now we gotta make sure we do this right. And I'm gonna tap you. Because now we get to play this. Well, no, we do this. Oh, they're bad. Oh. There you go, buddy. Let me drink. Oh, those sweet, delicious mono-red tears, baby. Sabre. All right, Sabre. Or Sabre. We got 2 lands. Bit dangerous, but we have the deuce. I'm going to keep it because we got some card draw. We're going to lead off with the Deserted Beach, though, because it is a slow land. And we do want to make sure we can... And now I'm going to develop TAII WAKEEN. Because the best thing to stop a crawling chorus is a creature, not removal, because it'll spawn another unit at the end. Now, what I want to do is I want to develop the Elegant Parlor. We already have 2 sources of red. We have another mana there, so I'm actually going to get rid of this. And I'm going to hold back. We have to prevent that first poison counter at all costs. I'm gonna hit this with Lightning Helix. I'm gonna end the festivities. And call that a turn. Now we have the shore up. Now we have the shore up protection. We can be more reckless with our health because it's all about the poison. But these end of festivities are going to be amazing at just completely wiping out their board again and again. And I am going to draw like no man has ever drawn before with this end of festivities and this TAII WAKEEN. Are you ready? You're not ready for this. Boom! Oh, baby, the value! Oh my god! Dacos. We're on a roll. I feel like a rough game is incoming. But we got the Inspired Advantage, double pain lands, but all Jeskai available to us, man. Protection, AoE, health gain. Looking good. Let's drop the Inspired Advantage first. It seems we may be facing against Golgari. We have to adjust our speed at which we develop, depending on the matchup. But at the same time, now that we have double TAII WAKEEN, I do want to develop one. If they have removal, so be it. Having another one in the back allows me to be more reckless with this one. And all I have to do is untap and I have protection for her. And if they want to get rid of her now, because they didn't do so at instant speed before, they have to tap out this turn. Okay. Well, we repeat. TAII WAKEEN again, but this time we got backup. Nine. The swing, soften them up a little bit. We find that fourth land, which is absolutely essential. Even if it is a pain land, having that memory deluge enabled is huge. I think we definitely want some lands. So let's pick up a land. Let's pick up the Slick Sequence. Now what I could do is it would force myself to tap out though. Let me think about this. I think it's a good use of my mana. We kill that, and then we get to draw twice. And develop our Deserted Beach. Now we have a blue source of mana that's not hurting us. And we get to knock out Shieldred before we draw. Yeah, no, if you keep developing these units, you're just lining them up to die for me. Not that I have any complaints, but you know. Tap. 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 Three. Oh yeah. And you know what? Face. This TAII WAKEEN absolutely slaughtering them. They just keep developing units for me to kill. If damage will be dealt to you, prevent that damage and mill twice that many cards. Yeah, but I'm not gonna target. Like, I'm just gonna get rid of you. All right. Tap. 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 2. Auto pay. Hazard. I was gonna go that generation into end the festivities, which would allow me to deal 6 damage to them. 6 damage to them, just putting them down to 3 and then leaving them vulnerable to like a lightning helix top deck. And TAII WAKEEN is just slaying, absolutely slaying the ladder today. What the fuck? All right, double shore up. We're missing some pieces, obviously, like our key creatures here, but we have a hand that I think is quite promising because we have already 3 lands and we got card draw. Gonna lead off with a Seachrome Coast. And then follow it up with a Spire Bluff Canal. They may play differently if they think we're like Azorius Control. Like, until they see the red, they're like, oh, maybe, you know, besides board wipes, they can't deal with like early aggression, and then we bait them into like overdeveloping. They saddle, we knock it out. Don't get the card draw or anything, but it is what it is. We're gonna keep like a counter spell bluffed, even though they could just play a human. Liliana, okay.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win. We all have things we'd rather forget.
I don't want this land, man. But I can't let my emotions like dictate this discard. But I really want another land, please. Like, not a tapped one. Okay, dealing with Liliana is gonna be tricky now. Fuck it, man, I'm gonna do this. I want to see if I can find another, like, untapped land, but it is what it is. Getting a little bit impatient.
Don't overthink things.
I'm gonna drop Memory Deluge. And I'm gonna go end the festivities
Do not touch me again.
into Slick Sequence. Into Mana Screw. I may go up to 26 lands with this deck. I legitimately may go up to 26 lands because it feels so bad when we don't curve out.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
I cannot let this Liliana ult. Okay. Okay, now I just need another piece here. Oh my god. A land. But I still, like, in case I draw into like a tap land now, it could happen. I want to do that first.
I'm tired of your secrets.
I refuse to lose to this Liliana, man. Come on. To one Liliana? No. Galvanic iteration. You know what? You'll do. Lilac here allows me to double up these lightning strikes.
Oh, I really don't have time for you.
Oh yeah? Yeah, well the same to you. You think you're gonna get away with ulting on me -6 with like no fucking resistance whatsoever?
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Okay. We got a lot of draw though. We got a lot of draw. Bro, fuck this. I mean, let's think about it. Do we want to draw here? We drew. We do. Let me, TAII WAKEEN. I'm gonna go for a memory deluge here. We're taking a land and we're taking you. Get rid of this thing. Not an optimal solution.
After all.
But we want to keep curving. We gotta keep finding our lands. I swear to God, like maybe 26 is the way to go because we really need to keep on curving because then we can just drown them in value. You know what I mean? Like right now there we go. Hallelujah. Okay. And now we play more. I mean, we play TAII WAKEEN because we still have these clues that we can pop. Okay, they're gonna be able to get rid of one of our memory deluges if they know what they're doing. Yep, they're gonna eat. They're gonna eat our memory. And now we investigate. We follow the clues. We find the pieces. So TAII WAKEEN can turn this game around. My God, it was tilting. Not finding my lands tilts me. Okay. We have to do this now. I mean, we could have done it later. I just got impatient, honestly. I mean, Lila just allows us to really pop off. But I cannot target that thing without discarding. I'm still gonna go for it though. They just tapped the black. They just auto tap, so even if they draw a go for the throat, they can't play it. Lots of damage here, but now we got the value. We're gonna have to discard a card though to deal with the Graveyard Trespasser, but so be it. This TAII WAKEEN gonna be absolutely key here, and I'm happy I picked Lila here. I got a lot of mana. I may as well make use of it, right? So the first things first. The first things first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we tap 1, and we tap TAII WAKEEN for 1. All right. Step 1. Step 2, Lila. Step 3, galvanic iteration. Which will be plotted. Step 4, time to get slick. Target you. And you. Yes. I will pay the ward. And I am going to discard the galvanic iteration. Booyah. Another one. Another 2 draws, baby. Oh, baby. A little bit of a Thundering Falls. Now we draw lands! Oh, yeah, we keep that. Draw. Draw your last pathetic card. Mighty Amen. Thought we're gonna beat me with a Liana alone? You're gonna need more than that. Before they do something crazy. I'm so sure they drew that, but because they auto-tapped. Okay, down to oh, okay. Okay, you're starting to worry me. Oh, okay. All right. All right. I think it's time. Ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Just 1 mana is all I need. All right. Tap. 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 4, 6, 7, 8. 9. X equals 9. She's loading. Oh boy, she's loading like she's never loaded before. Galvanic iteration! Let's slick this game. That doesn't even make any sense. But just act like it sounded cool. Booyah! Perfect shot indeed. Oh, nice.